Muchacharo, Matt Galco, the top 10 starters. Here they come off turn 4 with the call of the start of the Casella Waste 80. Here's Ben Dodd.
Here they come. The green flag is out. Evenly matched to the bottom of turn number 1. Teddy Hodgson digs tight to the inside. Max Zackham on the outside. Wheel to wheel down the back straightaway. No one's giving up an inch. Zackham takes it in at a ton. But off the turn, Hodgson is back on the throttle first. Lap number 1 goes to Max Zackham.
Only by a car length as they go back to turn number 1. Zackham to the point. Hodgson settling in the line in second, just in front of Woody Pitcat in third. Kopchik in fourth, and then the battle for fifth, and in fact, the battle for the lead in turn 3 here on the second lap.
Hodgson saw daylight. That's all he needed to get down underneath. They're even again. Here comes Woody Pitcat. Pick and choose time for Pitcat. Remember, he's been there and done that. Cam McDermott has prepared a perfect race car, but it is still Zackham by a nose. But all of a sudden, inside lane, here comes Teddy Hodgson. Hodgson is back in command.
He'll lead lap number 3 for Teddy Hodgson. Zackham back to second. Pitcat just staying steady there in third here in the opening circuits. Kopchik in fourth, and they are side by side for fifth. Third time by. Williams to the inside of Chris Pastriak in car number 75.
Chris Pastriak digging in hard on the outside, but Ronnie Williams picks up the spot. And guess who has come to the dinner table looking for the main course? It is car number 10A for Glenn Reen. The Avery car is up to 7th. Goodale in the 58 is up to the 8th spot. 9th is Matt Galco, and 10th is Joey Muchacharo. Back up front, leader of the pack, it is Teddy Hodgson pulling away. Kopchik among the quickest cars, then that side-by-side battle. The Adam Scavora, less auto sales machine. And right there is Glenn Reen. Looking as good as he did back in the month of May. He picks up a spot as Glenn Reen is coming to the front. Top 15 cars, bumper to bumper. No one is stepping out of line.
And I wanted to go too hard too early because you have no idea when the yellows will fall and if you'll have an opportunity to make any adjustments on the pit lane. A long 80-lap event here tonight, working lap number 8 now, and in fact about to complete that circuit with Hodgson out front. Zackham in second, Pitcat in third. It's kind of where they stack up on the racetrack. Pitcat, Kopchik in fourth, and Ronnie Williams able to move around Pastriak a lap or so ago for that 5th position. Pastriak will lose a couple of spots. Glenn Reen goes to the inside now and will take over the 6th position.
Look a little further back and you'll see the 00, the Jimmy Page race car, battling with the Bissett car. That is a battle that is for the 11th position currently. Picks up the spot. Moving forward is the Lutzcracker. Behind him is car 77 for Matt Gallo. Matt Gallo continuing to work his way through the traffic rather nicely. Leader still remains Teddy Hodgson, unchallenged.
No trouble, turn number 1. Car
in that front row with Max Zackham. Hodgson still guards the inside lane. Kopchik is the guy to keep your eyes on. That's the black and white orange numeral number 1 that has now found itself a solid home in third and is now looking for second.
Lap 11 goes in the books, and it is Hodgson out front by a car length. The ongoing battle is for the 2nd spot. Zackham in the outside lane. Kopchik to the inside. Here comes Galco.
Oh, look at Glenn Reen. What a solid move he made. He moves into the 3rd spot, and Glenn Reen isn't done. He's not happy to settle just with 3rd. This is the Glenn Reen of old. When he first came here to Stafford, he ran this way every single Friday night. And today, he's showing that talent again.
Here comes Kopchik looking to the inside of Hodgson for the race lead as they go back to the corner. Hodgson hangs on to it using that high side momentum. But I think Kopchik, Ben, has momentum on his side after the SK modified race earlier tonight. Currently stalking Hodgson for the top spot as they come off turn 4. Here comes Steven to the inside in car 1.
The opportunity is there. Steven Kopsik puts the number 1 car into the lead, second lead change of the event, 14 laps in. Meanwhile, coming from the mid-pack of cars, a car that is on the move is Eric Goodale, car number 58, the GAF roofing machine car. It is up to the 6th spot, and it is among the quicker cars in the racetrack. While that's happening, Pastriak, along with Lutz, Joey Mucciacciaro, are battling at the bottom of the top 10.
Woody Pitkat coming back up through the field, deeper in the pack, still outside of the top 10. 14th last time by, to the inside of Gallo now, off of turn number 2 to move up another position in the order as front half of the field is strung out. Kopsik to the point, Hodgson in second, Green, Zackham, and Goodale the top 5. Here's the 179 at a line further back, just outside of the top 10 as they go back to turn number 2 and up the back straightaway.
Well, there's no question now all of a sudden we are looking at Eric Goodale's number 58 car setting in the 5th position. And it wasn't very long ago that the Zackham machine was battling for the lead. And now Zackham is solidly planted himself in the 5th spot, and he's not done yet. Looking further back in the field, trying to look at the margin between 1st and 2nd, and Kopsik continue to set a nice pace. There's a look further back in the field. John McKennedy, Todd Owen in the 20 car, as Owen is being shown back in the 16th position.
There's Bissett to the inside of Gallo, the number 1 and 77 to pick up his spot deeper in the pack as the other number 1, Steven Kopsik, leads back to turn number 1 and is slowly drawing away from early race leader Teddy Hodgson in second. There's the 3 for Matt Galco as they race from 7th on back with Chris Pastriak in the 75. Also Craig Lutz in the 00 in that 3-car battle.
Pastriak with the 75 car has had a pretty amazing car at times in this event. Early, he has been able to just do exactly what we're looking at him doing right now. Just point the car to the inside as he comes up on your 14th place car at this point, excuse me. Now a car in the top 7, which is the number 3 car for Matt Galco. And Galco and Pastriak continue to work their magic. And the 3rd member of that club is Craig Lutz with the 00. So still pretty much everything staying the same at the point, and Steven Kopsik looking to put his name into the record books by winning not only the SK Modified feature event, but the Open Tour title. The Wannick machine, a car that he built and put together, and it is running on rails. And you have to agree that after winning very convincingly in the SK Modifieds, that has to be not only a confidence builder tonight, but think about it. He has 40 laps of feeling and getting used to a race car. And this car he has also built, so they're both a lot the same. There's a good battle we were talking about, Kyle, between Matty Galco, Pastriak, the 75, and the Steve LeMay prepared car, the 00.
It's Craig Lutz.
Yep.
As they come back off of turn number 4, they have singled out down to the stripe to complete another lap. Right around the 30 lap mark of this 80 lap feature event for the Casella Waste 80, and it continues to be no change at the front of the field right now. Still about 7 or 8 car lengths between the top 2. Kopsik at the point, Hodgson in second, 1 and 2 as we watch some great battles further in the pack. George Bissett Jr. in that Dayglow green and black number 1 to the inside for position for about the 15th spot on Muchacharo in the 47.
And that battle has been going on lap after lap, but the real story of this one is Woody Pitkat trying to thread the needle and come back up through the field, and it is not as easy as that team might have anticipated. But the Galco 3 car and the 75 of Pastriak, those cars right there have been stuck together like glue. Craig Lutz is there. That's Jimmy Page's 00. That car and that team has had a lot of different drivers with a lot of success. And there is, to the right of your screen, the 179, the Jensen car for Anthony Bello.
And Woody Pitkat, who was on pit road under the first and only caution flag, coming back up through the field as well. Joining that battle, what was 3 has turned to 5 as they have singled out, but they have tightened up, led by Galco. That is all from 7th on back as they go back to turn number 1. Pitkat being the 5th and final car in that battle for position. However, it's a half a lap behind the race leader, Steven Kopchik, who crosses the line right now over the battle for seconds. Teddy Hodgson has it in car number 55, and here comes Glenn Reen, managing that car to perfection so far, is up to 3rd. Goodale is in 4th, and a large gap back to the rest of the field.
You know, we talked so many times about Eric Goodale and how he's able to save the car, the tires, and the equipment to the end. That does not appear to be the case tonight. He's running very, very hard, and he is closing up the gap on Glenn Reen. Teddy Hodgson setting in the comfort seat, position number 2. And there's that story we were talking about. Matt Galco with that number 3. Family-owned and operated car. And Chris Pastriak, a car that pays tribute to his late great uncle Carl Pastriak. His wife Rose comes to support Chris in this effort. And that car has been very quick here today, as now he tries again to get down underneath Galco. It doesn't work.
Been trying lap after lap after lap to make the move, hasn't been able to make the pass, and has to settle back into line this time by as they cross the line to complete another lap. And again, that battle for position goes into turn 1 as Steven Kopchik is in turn number 3. Battle for 3rd beginning to tighten up just a bit. Eric Goodale is closed in on Glenn Reen for that spot. Reen in 3rd, Goodale in 4th as we continue to watch this ongoing battle, lap shy of halfway. And it's going to be Galco, Pastriak, Lutz, and Bello as they come back to turn number 1. 40 in, 40 to go. Trouble, turn 4.
We've got to spin. So, caution flag comes out, and the car didn't have to because he used pit strategy to put him into the top 4. And that's the highest that car has been in the first half of this event.
Lap shy of halfway. Pace car is on pit road. Green flag is out. We are back underway, and a couple of new faces at the front of the field for this event as Eric Goodale leads them back to turn number 2. Here is Reen to the outside, looking to take the top spot away with some of that momentum in the outside lane. Williams in 3rd as they come off of turn number 4. Halfway home, 40 down, 40 to go, and the Casella Waste 80 with Eric Goodale at the front.
There's no question Glenn Reen is a rocket on the outside. Then he pulls it back in the line behind Goodale. And while that has been happening, Max Zackham and Ronnie Williams are doing the same thing. Glenn Reen back in winning form here at Stafford, takes over the lead, and that bumps Goodale back into 2nd. But look out, here comes Williams, and here comes Max Zackham. Zackham applying the pressure in the outside. Fresh tires are like a fresh bar of soap, a lot of suds, and they work some magic for you.
Back to turn number 2 they go. Williams in 3rd. Here is Goodale looking to the bottom on the race leader, Glenn Reen, who maintains the top spot for now. top 5, top 6 all have singled out. Keep an eye on Steven Kopchik further back as we have a bid for the top spot. Goodale stepping out of line on Reen here on lap number 44.
And Steven Kopchik is back contending with John McKennedy, and that is a battle for about the 14th and 13th positions currently. Side-by-side battle going at the bottom of the top 10. Teddy Hodgson and the number 3 of Matty Galko have come into the top 7 now. So they're there. And then Anthony Bello in the 8th spot. Chris Pastriak up to 9, and George Bissett, the white and neon yellow numbered 1 car, is now in the top 10. Where's Woody Pitcat and Steven Kopchik? 12th and 13th with 45 of 80 now complete.
Battle for 4th is in turn number 4.
Lutz clinging and clanging. Yep. And Lutz takes Max Zachem up the hill. And I don't know who suffered the most loss. Oh, trouble now. Zachem goes around, keeps his foot right in it, trying. Glenn Reen got to get some momentum going if he's going to take it back from Goodale. And here comes Teddy Hodgson. Hodgson gets a second wind. His father's a commercial airline pilot, and he is flying now. With his flaps up, as now Teddy Hodgson moves into second, bumping Reen back to the 3rd spot.
Reen in the outside lane, Hodgson to the bottom. All of this behind Eric Goodale, the race leaders. They come off of turn number 4 to complete lap number 48. Top 3 able to get away from this mad scramble from 4th on back, led by Ronnie Williams in the number 50. Then it's Matt Galko in the black and orange numeral number 3. Kopchik off the pace off turn 2. That car is slow up the back straightaway.
What a heartbreaker. For once, the early leader of the event had a problem getting the left rear off the race car.
Todd Owen spins here on the front stretch. Car number 20 to the infield is out of harm's way as of
John McKennedy. He's been in and out of pit road too, Kyle.
Gonna go green this time. Pace car is on the pit lane. Teddy Hodgson lined up in the outside lane. Eric Goodale to the bottom. Even Stevens at the start-finish line as we go back under the green flag, coming to lap number 50 of 80 this time by. Goodale
Look at
gets
Hodgson.
the advantage. Hodgson in the outside lane. Glenn Reen, best seat in the house, in position number 3 in the 10A as they come back off of the corner. Inside lane will prevail with Eric Goodale at the point.
We've got a gaggle of cars that literally are running among the top 10. Leader is still Goodale. Side-by-side bid for second. Glenn Reen has moved back into the runner-up spot. Hodgson settles back into 3rd. And what a run for Matty Galko. Same can be said for Anthony Bellows. And you heard Adam Scavora talk about it. He said we might have missed the setup a bit for Ronnie Williams, as Williams tries to manhandle that car and keep it in the hunt.
Another lap in the books as they come off turn 4, and no one able to break away from race leader Goodale at the point, but Reen is staying right there within a car length or 2. Hodgson in 3rd, then a bit of a gap back to Galko and Bello. That's the best race among the top 5 right now. 4th and 5th. Behind them, Chris Pastriak making a move deeper in the top 10 as he goes to the inside of Ronnie Williams, who is backslid to 9th.
Ronnie Williams is really struggling to try to keep that car in that front pack of cars. Pastriak recently went by him for 8th, and Bissett is up to the 7th spot. Now, just in front of Bissett is Lutz with the 00 car. Back up front, Hodgson can reel in on the back bumper of Glenn Reen. Oh, they came together. What a great job by Teddy Hodgson. The two came in contact. You saw the smoke come off the brakes. Lap 55 into the record books of 80. Another car making its presence known. Anthony Bello, car 179, the Jensen Racing family car. Up to the top 5. Now remember, the 179 started 13th on the lineup. The 00 started 17th of Lutz and is in the 6th spot.
Into turn number 3 they go. Pastriak, next car in line behind Bassett, as they have quietly run in the top 10 most of the night. At the front, just 0.2 of a second between the top 2 cars. Eric Goodale, who gained 3 spots on his pit stop a few laps ago, going from 4th to the lead, and has been able to fend off the most recent Open Modified winner here at the Speedway, and Glenn Reen, who restarted in 2nd and runs there now, deeper in the pack. Max Zackham falling a couple of spots off of turn number 4. Woody Pitkat goes to the inside, as did Todd Owen in car number 20. So Zackham's struggles continue here in the latter stages of this event.
Now we see Pastriak with the number 75 tapping on the back bumper of George Bassett's number 1 car, but it did nothing but upset him in his quest to get by. Meanwhile, as they come off turn number 4, Glenn Reen is closing up the gap. 0.245 between 1st and 2nd. Anthony Bello has moved into the top 4. So he's settled in with a nice rhythm to run in that position. Pretty much single file to the bottom of the top 10 on this circuit.
19 laps to go here in the Casella Waste 80, and there you see the battle for the lead in turn number 3. Glenn Reen has reeled in Eric Goodale off of the corner. Another lap in the books, and just a car length and a half between the top 2. They've done a nice job to break away from Teddy Hodgson, running unchallenged in 3rd right now. Bello in 4th has been able to drive away from Galco in 5th, who has also been very quiet among the top 5 tonight in that number 3 car.
He certainly has, and Joey Mucciacciaro has moved into the top 10. Tyler Berry is in the 11th spot, and Todd Owen, after a spin, is up to 12th. Where's Woody Pitkat? 13th position after visiting pit road for about 3 different occasions, so they have had an off night as well. But Eric Goodale, same margin between 1st and 2nd, 0.413, as we are working our way down with 15 laps to go as they cross the line. And Goodale, we called him Mr. Closer. Will it be the story of the night for car 58?
He is out front right now in the 58. No change. Back to Reen in 2nd. The top 2 there within a couple of car lengths of each other. There's Woody Pitkat and Tyler Berry. Berry, the reigning SK Light champion.
Doing a fine job, too, by the way. John McKennedy, way back in 17th, he's also visited pit road on a few different occasions. But there is your leader, Eric Goodale, GAF, in the goodies machine. And it is looking like it is definitely good. But look at Glenn Reen. He closed up the gap, and you could almost see it on the last circuit by that Goodale's car is starting to change drastically, and not in a positive way, perhaps in a negative way. Look at Glenn Reen, Kyle. He is closing that gap up. 68 of 80, and Glenn Reen is coming. Will we have a 2-time winner or a brand new winner here tonight in this Casella event?
We'll find out in 10 laps from now. 2 hands full from the starter stand as they come off of turn number 4. 10 laps to go for Eric Goodale in car number 58 over Glenn Reen in 2nd. Looking to settle it amongst themselves. The battle for 3rd has tightened. Here comes Anthony Bello all over the back bumper of Teddy Hodgson, who was all by himself in that 3rd spot a couple of laps ago. Bello has picked up the pace and has been able to pull away from that Galco in 5th. 9 laps to run, and still really no change at the point. 0.3 of a second, equating to about 3 car lengths between the top 2, Goodale and Reen.
You know, you have to look at Anthony Bello. Young driver, Oh, and that time Hodgson's car loosened up right in the center of the turn. When he stepped on the gas, the back end of the car went left and right. We're not sure what that's about. Watch Bello now, because he is running in the tire tracks of Teddy Hodgson's car. Has something went awry there. There it does it again. But Teddy Hodgson is driving by the seat of his pants, and Anthony Bello is looking at his Achilles heel.
Slip sliding around is Teddy Hodgson in third. Bello ready to pounce from fourth. It won't happen this time into turn 3. Hodgson will hang on to that position. 6 laps to go, and again, Hodgson out of shape, but hangs on to that position for now.
That is the battle right now with 74 laps complete of 80. Still trying to apply the pressure. Glenn Reen trying to get in striking distance, but when they come back to the line, there is less than 5 circuits remaining.
There's again Bello to the back bumper of Hodgson to make a move, but cannot. Up the back straightaway. That battle some 10 car lengths behind the race for the lead, which is also stretched out a bit. Goodale 5 car lengths now over Glenn Reen. Then you see that battle for third, the 55 of Hodgson, the 179 of Bello in fourth, and the 3 just out of frame of Galco in fifth.
Look at this. Here comes Anthony Bello. Bonsai move to the inside. Great driving by 2 of the young superstars to come out of Stafford. Teddy Hodgson doesn't give up. Anthony Bello muscles his way to the inside. Hodgson comes off the turn like a rocket. Clock is ticking. Side by side. 2 laps to go.
And Glenn Reen is closing in on Goodale as we watch the battle for third. Hodgson and Bello. Bello will take that spot away. Hodgson has no choice but to fall in the fourth. There you see Reen and Goodale first and second off of turn number 4. White flag, 1 lap to go in the Casella Waste 80. Eric Goodale looking for his first open modified win since 2018.
He heads down the back straightaway for the final time. The Goodies machine, the Goodale GAF roofing machine, will take the big Casella money away. Eric Goodale has won it here at Stafford. Glenn Reen, consistency pays off for second. What a run for Anthony Bello for third. Great run for Teddy Hodgson for fourth. Matty Galco for 5. George Bissett to finish in 6th. Chris Pastriak for 7th. Woody Pitcat never gave up to finish in 8th. Ronnie Williams for 9th. Tyler Berry to round out the top 10. Just out of the top 10, Joey Muchacharo in 11th. Todd Owen in 12th. Buddy Charette in 13th. Devin O'Connell